What's up everyone, it's Scotty with MoneyVest. So in this video, wanted to talk about something that is absolutely crazy. This is gonna really blow your mind because it's gonna really hit home on the idea of what I've been talking about with respect to risk and reward. And I did a couple videos 4 days ago, a couple days ago, talking about this very concept. So this right here, what are the videos that I posted 4 days ago? I've got a message for you, thank me later. 10,000 views, and the last time I say this, almost 5,000 views 2 days ago, and the feedback overall was amazing, and I really do appreciate each and every one of you that commented on these videos. That tells me that my message is actually getting across to very mature, very level-headed, very balanced, and long-term successful investors. Because when I read those comments, it's very like-minded individuals. It's a community of investors that are with the same mission and analyze risk before they analyze reward, because and that completely comes with experience, right? When you're first getting started, of course you're super excited, you want to trade, you want to make money, you want to be like in every opportunity. But over time, as you progress, as you spend a lot of years trading, investing in the markets, you kind of learn a lot of things about yourself, a lot of things about the market and how they work and function. And I think this video kind of emphasizes on that point, and I got a lot of great feedback. So again, I want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you that commented and was able to be so supportive, and of course encouraged in that video that I think is so important with the understanding of that message. Now, the reason why this is so crazy and why all of us like have a very similar mindset when it comes to investing, and a lot of people like that commented on this video understand why risk reward is so important, is because of this very fact. So this stock SMCI, right? Super microcomputer. And we of course analyzed SMCI back in February of last year, okay? It's by far, and again, this is not to brag or pat me on the back or anything, but this is by far one of my best stock picks because I did a video on this specific stock, and I mentioned that this is a very underrated, undervalued AI stock that has earnings exploding this year and next year, and yet there's nobody looking at this company. At the time, it was only trading at about $4 or $5 billion. It was a really small cap, mid-cap stock here, and since then, of course, it has absolutely exploded, right? So it has gone up over 1,000%, like it's 10x in the last year, and it's gone up over 20,000% in the last about 14 years, since 2008, and the market cap is now sitting at over $40 billion. So when we first started originally analyzing this stock back in February of last year, when I did a video, it was trading at around 4 billion, right? Couple billion, 4 billion, and since then it's gone up over 1,000%. Now you might be wondering, right? A stock that goes up 1,000%, what are the chances that right now, today, SMCI trading at $747, right? And this is in fact even lower because it's now down on 7% on the day. But let's just take Friday's close. Friday, the stock price closed at $803. And what are the chances that a stock goes up 1,000% in the last year? And what are the chances of investors being down on this stock when it's trading at near all-time highs and it's gone up over 1,000%? Right? Let's answer that very simple question. It kind of brings us back to this idea of risk and reward and greed in the market, right? So what I did is, obviously this is the chart, 20,000% gain in the last, since 2008, and then since the last 1 year, it's gone up over 1,000%, right? So from about $40, $50 to well over $700, $800 per share. And let me answer this very simple question, and this will completely blow your mind. As of Friday's close, okay, do you want to know how many people, how many investors were profitable on SMCI? This is going to absolutely blow your mind. Of all the investors out there in the world for super microcomputer SMCI stock, which is up over 1,000% in the last 1 year, do you want to know what percentage of investors worldwide were green on SMCI? Less than 7%. Less than 7 freaking percent. This right here is the position cost distribution. And if you come down, total shares, profited shares, right? Total profitable shares proportion, 6.89%. Can you believe what greed does to you? You're telling me that 94% of investors and traders in SMCI are now under water on their position. After the fact, the stock has rallied over 1,000% in the last 1 year. There's one simple answer to why this happens. Greed. Greed, greed, greed. Period. People, investors chasing something that seems super sexy and attractive. This happens. This happens. And this was only 1 day. If you go back to the daily chart here, take a look at how the price action has been leading up to Friday. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove everything here. And this is obviously Tuesday. This is, markets are live. This is the stock price right now down 6%. With just one simple sell-off of 20%, right, on Friday, it blew out 94% of traders and investors that are now underwater on this stock. Think about that for a second, folks. Greed is insane. It's an insane motivator of what people end up doing. They end up chasing the stock without any regards to the risk and reward. We even highlighted how insanely overbought the stock was. And that's the whole idea. We analyzed the risk and reward. Nobody could have seen this coming. I mean, we didn't know like whether this was going to be Friday. This could have very well been a Wednesday. It could have been a Tuesday. It could have been a few weeks from now. It could have been a month before now. Nobody could have predicted exactly when this sell-off is going to take place and there's going to be profit taking. But we knew that it would. We knew that it would, but we just didn't know when it would take place. And that's the whole idea behind understanding risk and reward. If it doesn't make sense at these prices, stay away. Stay away. Stay away, because this is what greed does to you. Almost 7% profitable shares, 93% of people are underwater on their position after the fact the stock's up over 1,000% in the last 1 year. Even forget about last year. Forget about last year. This since January of this year. Since the beginning of this year, the stock was up 250%. And yet, just one simple sell-off in 1 day blew out 93% of investors there that are underwater. And the stock's selling off further today. So it's down another 7%. So it's going to be incredibly difficult for them to recover now, considering that this is, again, incredibly overbought. We're seeing that pullback. We're seeing that profit taking because the exuberance and the euphoria had to end at some point. So this right here is a perfect case study. It's a perfect example. Know when to get out, know when to leave the party, because if you end up holding, then you're just going to end up holding the bag. And that's why valuations and technicals are so important. Rebalancing is so important. Hedging is so important. De-risking is so important. These are concepts that you just cannot ignore. Because if you do, this is what ends up happening. So hope you'll enjoy this video, and just wanted to kind of come out there and kind of go over this data, because it really just blew my mind that in just 1 day, 93% of investors ended up being underwater, and one simple sell-off, all right, staircase is up, elevator is down, can do this in the markets, because greed is such an incredible motivator of investors' actions that people who are going to be able to control their emotions, who have high levels of emotional regulation and can maintain their balance and their level of thinking during these markets turbulence times, and when there's euphoria, when there's greed, when there's fear, are the ones that are going to be able to succeed long term, because you are looking for deals, you're hunting for deals. You are I need you guys to be absolutely frugal and stringent when it comes to your analysis and principles when it comes to investing. You're constantly on the lookout for deals. Like, I want you to brag for paying less, okay? I don't want anybody to tell me that, I paid this much for NVIDIA or AMD. A bigger brag, a bigger flex is telling me that I paid near zero for that stock and it's now worth thousands. That to me is a much bigger flex in the markets. I want you guys to brag about paying less and investing with less and your portfolio being much bigger. So that is the idea. That's the goal here. But hope you all enjoyed this video, found it helpful. If you did, make sure that you drop a like, subscribe to the channel. As always, happy investing. I'll see you all in the next video.